views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host and or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of the host and or Paranormal Buzz Radio and or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is prohibited. Paranormal Buzz Radio will not be held responsible for you holding your knees, crying, and rocking in a corner in a puddle of your own urine, or being beheaded by a group of children in a cornfield. In fact, if you come across a group of children in a cornfield, we promise to make fun of you as you run away screaming in terror. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome. You're listening to Spoofy Talk with host Madison Smith from Madison Paranormal Investigations and Girls vs. Ghost. You can find Spoofy Talk live every other Sunday on Spreaker, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Pacific. Come join us on a live interaction chat on Spreaker.com by simply downloading the app on all devices. Brought to you by Paranormal Buzz Radio.
And now here is your host, Madison Smith. How's it going? Doing well, you know? Yes.
Rainy day.
A rainy day, but other than that, warmer weather. Oh, man, it's been raining off and on and hailing today, so. Mm-hmm. So, do you want me to go or do you want to go, Kim?
I'll let you go.
You want me to go? Okay, well, I mean, for me personally, I started off younger. You know, a lot of people have experiences as children, which I did. I had a lot of experiences with shadow figures in my bedroom. I would talk to them. Sometimes my mom said it sounded like I was talking in a different language, or I'd be laughing, crying. I was scared to sleep in my room by myself. And as I got older, there was another shadow figure that kind of joined the other one. And I got to the point where I was just asking, like, you know, what do you want? Why are you here? I'm trying to sleep, you know, leave me alone. And then a few years down the road, Kim and I played softball together. And there was a group, yes, and there's a group of girls on our team, and we were all talking after the game. They're like, hey, have you guys heard of Villisca Axe Murder House? And I'm like, okay, what's that? And they're like, well, it's supposedly haunted. We should all go stay there. And we're like, okay, sure, great. Let's go stay at Villisca. So our very first investigation was the Villisca Axe Murder House.
Yeah. Very interesting.
It was very interesting. We bought some really cheap recorders, digital recorders. I have a camcorder that takes cassette tapes. But it also shoots in night vision, which is actually a really good camera. It's just hard to find tapes for it anymore.
The tapes are expensive.
Yeah. And so we went with those things and a couple trigger objects, and we actually got quite a bit of stuff. And after that was Farrar, and it's just been going on for the last
since
10 years?
2014? 13?
Yeah, so 10 years. Yeah, we've been going on for 10 years.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's see. We kind of split up in teams. We had 1, 2, 5 of us.
Yes, there was 5 of us.
5 of us, and we'd send in 2 at a time. Well, I got stuck by myself, but we send 2 in a time for about an hour and let them investigate because it is a little place and you get so many people in there. You can't
You get contamination.
really big contamination. So we just send everybody in 2 at a time. And then it was my turn.
Yeah.
I got to go by myself. But no, we got some pretty good stuff that happened when we were there. I got scratched up in the attic when I was standing in the doorway. But I didn't want to scare everybody because I've watched Ghost Hunters and stuff and knew kind of what to expect, but not to expect.
Mm-hmm.
And so I took Allison down to the barn, to the bathroom, and I go, I think I got scratched, but I don't want to scare everybody out.
Mm-hmm.
So I showed her, and I had 3 big marks on my back.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really feel threatened. It was like, you know how a little kid trying to get your attention? That's what it kind of felt like, that somebody was trying to get my attention because I wasn't paying attention to them.
Mm-hmm.
But I really didn't really feel scared in there.
No. And then up in the children's room, there was a ball that was there that was like an interactive one that had lights and did music. And my cousin was sitting on the bed and we had the camcorder going and that ball was in the little crib that was up there. And we were asking questions and all that. All of a sudden, that ball would start going off. So we're like, oh, okay. And so we started asking questions. Or like, if it's yes, make the ball go off. So we'd ask a question, and then the ball would go off according to if it was yes or no. So that was pretty interesting. And then we did get Kim got an EVP down in
the living room.
The living room. Yes, she was down there, kind of, playing on the piano and asking if Inez or Herman or whoever, Lena, was there. And my daughter's the one who actually caught the EVP. I was listening to it on the computer, and she fell off of, we have like little bar stools up by our little counter, and she fell off, and she's like, that thing said Herman. She's like, I heard a boy say Herman. So I went back and listened to it, and when Kim was asking names, it goes, Herman.
I didn't hear it that
Yeah.
night. We didn't hear it till we were going back through, but
Yeah.
you can hear it real plain.
Yeah, That's probably one of our best EVPs.
I think so.
Because it was a direct answer to what you were asking, and it's clear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you been to Villisca? Yes. Yes. And how was that for you? Oh. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, we've been there 4 or 5 times now.
4 times, I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's a different experience every time you go. So, and it's like that at every location.
Yeah, we've never had the same thing happen at every location that we've been to more than once.
Yeah. It's always something different. Oh. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That makes a difference. Yeah.
It does, for sure. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Voices carry and things like that, and then it's hard to decipher what you're actually hearing on your recordings.
Yeah, because you can even hear what's going on outside too.
If you're loud.
If there's a lot of action going around the neighborhood. Because a couple of our recordings, you could hear kids playing outside.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we had to throw that out. That out.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm looking here real quick because for some reason your sound just went
Let us fix the sound here real quick.
Yeah, for some reason your sound just went away. I just noticed our bar wasn't going, so I just want to make sure. Okay, go ahead and try again.
Okay.
There it goes.
Is it working?
Yep.
Okay.
Now we got it.
Sorry, guys.
Nope, that's
No,
okay.
no.
That it just happens sometimes on our end, and like we said, we had storms rolling through. So, Kim, what positions did you play?
Well, I've been playing since I was 5, and I played up till I was 50.
Mm-hmm.
And I played center field. And then the older I got, I moved to third. And then before I had to quit because of my arthritis, I was playing shortstop.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I played all through middle school. And I played outfield because I had a good arm and I was good at catching pop flies. But then I joined Kim's softball team. We played slow pitch, and I started off in outfield, and then I had some leg injuries, so then I played mostly third. But when I played co-ed, I played outfield, I played shortstop, second, third, and center field.
Oh, I also play catcher.
I did catcher one time, and I told him never again. And I know you do that, but it's like, oh.
No, it's fine. People, they'll be so confident until they put on the gear. I swear.
Yeah.
Like, once they put on the gear in, like, 100-degree heat, they're like, Coach, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I hear you with that gear.
Yeah, it's got to be really hot. Luckily, we didn't wear any of that. We just stood back there, but we had umps that would stand there, and we didn't have the best umps, so sometimes it was
not
just
in slow pitch. We don't get the best.
So that made a difference too. I'm like, no, I'd rather be in the outfield or something.
We gotta love blind mice. Gotta love them.
Yep.
That's what I call them too. I'll be like, hey, blind mice.
Yeah.
What
Sorry,
I
guys,
love
sorry.
is there's a
Nope,
foul fly, and you're trying to get it, and they're standing in your way. It's like you want to hit them.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Or like when it goes behind them, like please move.
Right.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, I know. And you're trying to get that ball, and they just stand there. It's like, okay, I'm trying to make a play here.
And the thing is, I do get it because they're not supposed to interfere, kind of thing.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like I do not want to twist my ankle on this uneven backstop.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And it would be a shame if I did.
Right. Yeah. For sure.
Oh my gosh. It's so like nice to know someone else who like played softball. This is so nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Kim and I did that. Yep.
If I wouldn't have had this arthritis, I'd probably still be playing.
I had rotator cuff surgery, so now it's hard for me to throw anymore. So I gave up. I gave up on that in volleyball. So yeah, I mean, I still throw the ball around with my daughter. She plays softball, but that's about it.
Both of you can be my softball moms.
Okay.
Putting it out there.
Okay.
Both of you.
We will be your softball moms.
Pass softball.
Yeah.
So, what does REP stand for? I'm really wondering.
Okay. Do you want to go for it?
Well, when we started the group back in 2013, it was stand for Robinson, Eberline, and Purvis. Because everybody goes with RIP. And I go, we got to make it something different. So we went with the REP and Paranormal Busters because everybody liked Ghostbusters at the time. So we just added Busters on the end.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of our theme song. Every time we'd go on a hunt, we'd play the Ghostbusters song.
Yeah. And Kim brings her little ecto car with us.
I have like a whole Ghostbusters collection if you can't tell. But like.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
My license plate is actually Ecto 1 on my car.
No, so you were saying that like you saw like a bunch of stuff when you were a kid. Did your parents believe you when you were telling them this?
Oh, my mom did for sure. She's very into this stuff as well. Like it kind of runs in our family a little bit. And so she was very open to it, but I was so young, she didn't really say anything to me. But now that I'm older, she's been telling me more. And so, but yeah, she believes me 100%. There's things that still go on at our house. And so when Kim and I get new equipment and my parents are gone, we make a little trip over there to try out the equipment. My mom's like, she's like, I don't care. I just don't want to know. Like, she doesn't, she knows things happen in her house, but she doesn't want to know
what we found.
Wow, yeah.
She's living with them peacefully.
Yes, she lives with them peacefully.
Hold on, what was my question? I literally just like blanked right now.
Oh, that's okay. I have those moments every time.
So, with the shadow figures, did you ever figure out like who they were?
No. So the first one was fairly tall, you know. I would say an adult. About 5th, 6th grade is when I noticed the little bit shorter one. And we've been trying really hard to get answers as to who they are. My mom has thought maybe it was, you know, past relatives and things like that. Mm-hmm. But I don't know who the littler one would be unless it's Kim's niece.
Yeah, but that would have been not when you were little, though.
I was 10.
You were 10 when she passed away?
Mm-hmm. So I was
well, it could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had a niece that passed away, and they were buddies. Every time she was here, she'd have to go see Alison, so she basically lived there.
Yeah, she was always at my house. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We want to kind of say it might be her visiting, but
we're not 100% because we've never gotten a name or anything. Mm-mm. But
no names so far.
Mm-mm. No. So it's kind of an ongoing thing.
That hurts a little, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. But my mom thinks that my grandpa is there from time to time here recently because he passed away. It'll be 4 years in October. And he likes to mess with the lights at his house when we go investigate there. And also now he does it at my aunt's house when we talk about him. And then last night we were talking about him and my mom's kitchen light started to blink. So, yeah.
Yeah. And then, what's your favorite, like, piece of equipment to use kind of thing?
Kim?
Alison. Because if I tell her to stay out while we go do the walkthrough, then I take her in and say, what are you feeling in this room? What are you feeling in this room? Mm-hmm. But basically, I use her a lot, but it's me and my recorder and sitting still in the room.
Yep. Yeah, I like the recorder too, for sure. It's always fun to go back and then you hear something that you didn't hear when you were sitting there.
Mm-hmm. I kind of like my trip lights, but I still...
Yeah, we're still
getting used to those yet. Trying to figure out if there's electricity bothering them or what. Mm-hmm. Because at Melbourne, we found out it was making the lights turn on, but the light was on downstairs, so it was affecting the lights. So we're still learning on those, though.
Yeah.
But they're cool when they all light up.
They are cool when they light up, yeah. That was pretty cool. That happened at Edinburgh.
Yeah.
With some of the newbies that went. It lit up right to her, like the whole string just went do 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 right to the girl that was the first time there, and she's like,
she's never been on a ghost hunt at all.
No, nope.
This is her very first one, and the lights go off right towards her.
Yeah.
Man, that must have been like a hell of a first experience.
She wants to go back. It didn't scare her.
Yeah, yeah. We have a lot of them now that they're like, oh my goodness, we want to come back. We want to do it again. We want to go some more. So
we just got to find a place for them to go now.
Yeah. What was that?
So, what's like your favorite types of locations, like hospitals and stuff? Like,
I haven't really done an actual hospital yet. That's on my list.
I'd like to get down to Oski to that one they've been investigating, but no, I think would be like the insane asylums and stuff like that. I think.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Are really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree with that one too. But I do want to do like a hospital at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could. I mean, I might be able to lay in the morgue of one. I don't know.
Oh my.
Just to see.
Is there a reason why you like insane asylums? Like the history of it or like the atmosphere?
I kind of like the history part of it. I like to go through and find all the history I can on it. And then your insane asylums are harder to get people to interact with you because their mind's totally different.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to get
into their mindset.
In their mindset, how would they interact with somebody else? Mm-hmm. I know a lot of us, we all still do it, even us, go in, what's your name, all this other stuff, but we got to get more into their mindset to really get them to interact with us.
Right.
Especially at Edinburgh.
Mm-hmm. Yes. We've had one that, Steve. I don't know who Steve is. We haven't really figured it out yet. I mean, there are some Steves on the thing. Whether or not it's one of them, I don't know. But we used to get him a lot. And you'd ask him a question, but he'd only say his name every time. It's just always like, Steve. You'd ask him a question, Steve. Like that. I maybe that's all he could say. I don't know. But that was kind of interesting getting him. Kim's got this look on her face like
trying to think.
She's trying to think too.
It's okay. Take your time.
Well, just like Malvern, it was a hotel, and then it was like a nursing home, mental hospital type.
Yeah.
So you got to get in their mindset too, depending on which part of the history we're talking to.
Right.
So every place is different. Now, like the Granger house, I always knock and say, "Good afternoon, Dora. May I come in?" And then we go in. I always give her respect because it is her house.
Right.
But.
Have you been to the Granger house? Yeah, you've been to the Granger house.
I was gonna say, like, I know the name, but I literally, like, can't remember.
You can't remember?
Like, I know the name, and I know that I know it.
Yeah, I can remember. I thought you had been, but I could be wrong. That place is interesting too.
It's got a carriage house you can go and investigate, and a main house.
It's in Marion.
Maybe.
I know, there's so many we've been to, it's like, have we been there?
Yeah.
Trying to remember all the names.
So, like, how was your experience at Edinburgh? Like, I've been there a couple times. How was your experience?
We've been there quite a few times.
Yeah. They always want me to get in the coffin.
Yeah, we get that. It comes up on the spirit box.
Kim, get in the coffin every time we use the spirit box. I don't know why they want me in the coffin.
Yeah, I don't know that either, but, you know, sometimes we get that cat and mouse thing going on there. We got a really interesting, and I need to go back and find it. I had it on my phone, but now I can't find it, so I have to go back through my recorder and my camcorder. But we got this voice, and it's a loud voice, and it's none of us, and it was only caught on my camcorder, my recorder, and another girl's recorder, and then the others that were right there didn't get it. But we can't decipher what it says, and it kind of sounds like a girl, and we're not sure if it says, "Do you want to crack some corn?" or something about a black hole. We can't figure it out, but it's like, it's talking really slow. And it's really bizarre, and it's loud. Like, it sounds like it's right there in the room with us. Like, it's not a whisper. That was not that long ago, a couple years back.
If it said you want to crack some corn, it could have been back when it was the poor farm.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So
right.
That's part of the history there too. So we gotta.
Right. Nobody can tell. We've gotten so many different. We just put it up and we're like, "What do you think this says?" And then they say, and then everybody's kind of 50-50 really on what it is. But
yeah, when we put up our EVPs, we never tell anybody what it might say. That way they can make up their own mind. We're not putting words into their mouth.
Yeah, or making them think that they're hearing what. Yeah. You know, and Edinburgh, it's kind of a different place. Oh, we had this thing that happens with the walkie-talkies there.
Oh, yes. We never can use our walkie-talkies there.
No. And that happened with Gina. She is the Everline part in REP. It first started off with her. She was up, like, checking the cameras and stuff, putting them up, and she took a walkie with her, so that way, when we're watching the monitor, she could say, okay, how does this look? And we'd tell her. And she comes down, and she's like, there's this little boy, and he's talking to me through this walkie, and we're like, none of these other walkies are going off. We're all on the same channel. And she's having this conversation with this little boy, and then he just kind of goes away. And then the next year we went.
Pulled the walkies out again.
And he started talking to her again. But this time, he started talking to her, and then he got scared, and there was this, like, really gruff voice that came on. And then he just disappeared. Like, he stopped talking to us. Like, we were all sitting outside listening to this kid, trying to figure it out. And then when Kim and I were there the last time with a group of gals, it wasn't a kid this time, but there was a guy who said, come get me out of here or something. And it only came, we had all the walkies, we were still setting things up. They were all sitting there, all on the same channel. And it only came through on one walkie. None of the other walkies, just the one. And then we took the walkie with us to another room, and you could hear one of them going off in our little safe area, but it wasn't going off on our walkie. And then later it came off on our walkie, but there was, we were in what we call the little kids room with all the toys.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, and I'm like, this said something, but I don't know what it said. And when I went back to listen to it, I think April, somebody had asked a question, and it answered the question on the walkie. It was very bizarre. I can't remember if it was yes or no. I'd have to go back and listen to the recording. But it was
strange how it just only came through one walkie-talkie.
Yeah, it came through one walkie-talkie.
And I had all four sitting there.
Yeah, it was very bizarre. We can't figure that one out.
If that even happened to me once, I would never bring walkie-talkies again. I'm going to be so honest. That would scare me.
It was so fascinating. We're like, oh my gosh, why is it doing this? Like, who keeps trying to talk to us, and where do they want us to get them out of? Like, it's like, come get me out of here. And we're like, what? Like, and it was a guy this time. And we're like, well, maybe it was a farmer out, or whatever, and stuff, but it was just weird because it only came up on one walkie.
We can't explain that one.
Yeah, can't explain it.
And we even changed channels.
Yeah.
Thinking maybe somebody is coming through, so we changed the channel, and it'd still do it. One walkie-talkie.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Like I said, I could never. Like, I would turn it off immediately.
Yeah, I mean,
oh man.
So yeah, that's another thing though that you could use as a piece of equipment to see if you get any kind of interaction through a walkie.
And another thing that happened to us at Edinburgh, we always go out and pay our respect at the cemetery. I've taken 36 flowers and put on each grave.
Yep.
And then we get this little Henry is 8 years old. He's in the front row. And the equipment would go off right next to his stone. I'm not saying it was paranormal or what, but he wanted to see Alison. We told him, you want to see Alison do a cartwheel? And the equipment would go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So she did her cartwheel, and it would go crazy again. And Allison goes, "What? You want to see Kim do a hula hoop?" And I said, "Well, we'll have to go back to the building. There's none out here." So we told him, "You follow us on over, and we'll go get the hula hoop."
Mm-hmm.
We went and found a hula hoop. I can't hula hoop. I know that.
I can't hula
And
hoop
as soon as
anymore
I tried, our equipment would go off crazy again. We
Yeah.
did it in the kids' room.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he followed us over or if it was paranormal, but it was strange how everything we asked and the equipment would go crazy as we did it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Honestly, I'm just impressed that you can do a cartwheel. I can't do a cartwheel.
I don't know if I can do it anymore after my surgery, but yeah.
No, I see like these people doing cartwheels, and I'm like, like, how do you do that?
I can't.
Even as a kid, I couldn't.
Oh yeah, I loved doing cartwheels and all that kind of stuff, and hula hooping. I used to be really good at it. Apparently not anymore.
I'm not good at it either.
Yeah. I tried. Good exercise, but just can't do it.
I just do like a really bad somersault. That's about it. I can't even do it anymore.
I don't even know if I could do a somersault. I could probably do a cartwheel before I could do a somersault.
Like I said, it was a really bad one. Oh man. Hold on. What other places have you been? Malvern Manor, right?
Oh, we've been there
Malvern Manor's our home away from home.
Yeah, we're there a lot.
I used to go there a lot. Not recently, though.
Yeah. That's been kind of interesting there. We've got a weird mist fog thing going on in the Shadow Man's hallway that's really bizarre.
Can't explain that one.
Can't explain it at all. You know, they're like temperature and stuff like that, but we've been there when it's cold, we've been there when it's warm, and that mist, whatever, just shows up, and it's just really bizarre.
Let's see. I have a bond with Susie upstairs. I'll play music for her, and my K2 will dance with the music. So I don't know if it's paranormal or what, but it's weird how it's blank all the time we're up there. Then we start playing the music, and it'll, like, the K2 will dance to the music.
And not every song. There's some songs it won't move to at all.
No, she don't like every song I play.
No, no. Because even sometimes the music box would go off when you would do the music in the hallway part.
Let's see, we've had dolls go flying on us.
Oh yeah, the one that the leg shattered up in Inez's room.
Let's see, we had dolls fly at Edinburgh too. I don't know what it is about us and dolls.
I don't either. But that same doll though at Malvern, Kim and I had been there 2 weeks prior, and it was in the same spot, and Kim was standing in the same area. I just walked in, and she had looked out the window or something, and we were talking, and I was like, that doll just gives, it wasn't a creepy looking doll, but it just gave me these vibes. And it moved on us then, like it moved its head.
And laid its head on my arm.
Yeah, it laid its head on her. And then 2 weeks later, we're in there doing like the little ping pong thing to see if it would come back. And it was really, there's a slope in there, so you have to really debunk it. But when it goes around a toy and goes around the closet door like this to come back to me, and then as I'm explaining it on our live feed, that doll goes poof right off the dresser.
Feet first,
and the legs shattered, and Kim was super gluing them back together the next morning, piece by piece.
And it should have came head first because it was top heavy.
Yeah,
but it came off feet first.
Yeah.
And you can hear Allison scream when it goes flying.
Oh, I wasn't expecting it. I was just like,
I know, because we were trying to debunk that ball going around the door and everything. Yeah. And all of a sudden, that doll just went flying. No one was near it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the thing is that we were all like, oh my gosh, what just happened? We were like, and we continued to sit in there or so for like another half an hour. And then we get up and leave there, and we try to go to another room, and we're like, Well, I don't know. Maybe we just need to call it a night. Yeah, I think we tried to go to Gracie's room after that, and we're like, let's just call it a night.
We decided to go downstairs to Gracie's in the Shadow Man's hallway, and then we just, let's just call it a night after that one.
Yeah, after that, so.
Yeah, Josh has still got that doll. It's in the box.
It's
under
in the case
glass.
in his office. Mm-hmm.
He says it still moves every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
I don't like knowing that information.
It only happens to us so far.
Yeah, so far.
We're the only ones that have dolls move.
Yeah. It's only happened a couple times.
If I saw a doll move, no. That's actually like the one thing that would have me leave somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to recreate Chucky, okay?
Yeah, right.
And the worst thing is now we carry a mannequin with us as a prop.
Yeah, Kim has a mannequin that we bring with us now.
Depending on where we go, what clothing it will have on. If it's like Edinburgh or Melbourne, to have the doctor's outfit on. If we go to the women's club in Cedar Falls, they used to have USO shows, so it has uniforms on. And it all depends on where we go with it. Now we dress it up. I'm waiting for it to move.
That thing moves. I will be out of there. Have a full-size mannequin walking down at you? No, thank you.
That is some Goosebumps type material.
I know it is, for sure.
So, for the women's club, is that like a YMCA, or what is the women's club? I've never heard of that, I don't think.
It's a private place. They don't let too much paranormal go on. Investigations unless you get a hold of April
Richardson.
Yeah. Her aunt helps run the place, and they can arrange for you to go in.
It's a beautiful old, like, mansion-style house thing, and they used to have, like, dances and meetings and things there for, like, was it the Navy? Some kind of military, yeah.
All the service people.
Yeah, all the service people.
And it's what they call a women's club. The women get together that's members, and they have their meetings and stuff there. And but they have weddings there and stuff now.
Yeah.
It's more of a wedding place where you have your reception and wedding and stuff all there.
But there is some activity there.
Oh, there's plenty of activity there.
Yeah.
We have this one little girl that likes to dance to the music box.
Oh, yeah. She loves the music box. It did not stop all night. It went until 6 o'clock in the morning when the batteries finally died. And she loved that thing. She loved it.
And the cat balls would go off
all
all
the time.
and
the cat balls would go off, too. And the baby monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up in the attic, we had the baby monitor
same
going.
Thing, another thing with them. Walkie-talkie.
Oh, man.
It was literally mimicking Kim. It sounded like Kim coming through the walkie, and she wasn't talking, and our walkie downstairs wasn't on. Like, it was coming
through the baby monitor.
But it was also coming through the walkie upstairs, but not coming through the walkie downstairs. And we're like, how is that possible? Kim's right here. How is she up there? Like, what? And it would shut the baby monitor off, and then we'd say, can you turn it back on? And then you would hear it click it back on. Yeah. Yeah.
Not trying to point fingers or anything, but doppelganger.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, man.
There's another Kim running around out there.
Uh-oh, you guys are in trouble.
I know. Oh, for sure.
They're always picking on me.
No. She's the one who likes to scare people on investigations. Even if she's not...
funny.
Yeah, even though sometimes she's not meaning to. She's so tiny and quiet, like a ninja, that we'll be walking down a dark hallway and she'll be in a room and they'll look in and they'll see a shadow in there and they'll scream, and it's just Kim.
It's just me. I just get their adrenaline going.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to buy me some light up shoes so every time I move, they'll know where I'm at.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've had something similar happen. I can't remember where it happened, but like I was on the top floor and this group came up and I was wearing all black because it was winter and like I didn't want to freeze.
Right.
So this group walks up and I'm just standing in a room minding my own business and they put their flashlight in there and then they like take a double take and then they just run away and I'm like, me too. Me too.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my
Like,
goodness.
I'm trying not to laugh, but at the same time, I'm like, oh my god, those people are like traumatized.
Right?
They're never gonna come back. Like, I am so sorry.
I try to be nice to the new ones. Try to be. You know how hard it is not to scare anybody when they're new.
Oh, I know. We used to have a gal that was on our team until some health issues. And she always says, she's like, oh, I don't believe in this stuff, you know, and whatever. But every time we'd set up those cameras and she'd be down a hallway with somebody, they'd be gripping each other tight, holding each other's hands. And even during setup, she would get scared if Kim peeked around the corner or whatever, she would jump. Oh, but I'm not scared. It's so funny to watch though with them on the DVR system. They're just like huddling together like this, and they're just like walking down the thing scared, and they're not scared. They don't believe in it. It's like, okay.
I wonder if they signed up for like a haunted house, like a haunted attraction, and like not an actual paranormal investigation.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder.
Yeah, I don't know sometimes, but
now I tell the newbies, you better like paint drying because we can't ask them to come out on command. So
yeah,
it'll be boring at times, and sometimes it will be exciting.
Yeah,
you just never know what we're walking into.
Right, exactly.
So far, all the newbies have had some kind of experience, so which is good.
Yeah. It is. It's nice when they get to experience a little bit of it. And it's usually not something that's too crazy that'll drive them away, but it's enough to kind of get them wanting to come back for more.
Yeah. I know. I keep getting messages every week. Are we going on another one? We going on another one?
Yeah.
Right now, they're pretty much all booked. Just give me time.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or like, is it a pet peeve when people like, yeah, when's it gonna happen? When's it gonna come out?
Yeah.
We've had a few events we've been to. Well, if you guys would be quiet, they would probably come out more, but you guys don't know how to be quiet.
Right, yeah. And so many people, you know, expect what they see on TV is going to happen to them on an investigation, and that's not how it really works. So, yeah, you don't always get something. So, they have to realize that as well. We try to tell that with people that come with us that, you know, you may get something, you may not. It may take several times of you coming here to get one little thing, and it might not even be something big, but, you know, it might be something to you, but you're not always going to get something.
No. Because last time we went to Farrar, we didn't get a whole lot.
No.
It's like, that's a hit and miss place right now. We've been there several times. Sometimes we get a lot, and then the next time we don't get a single thing all night.
Right.
To be honest, I haven't been in like to Farrar in like a good while. Like, when was your like recent?
Was it about a year ago?
There?
It was about a year ago. It was last year, and it was really hot, and we didn't get a whole lot that time.
Yeah, it was real hot.
Time before that, when they opened up back after COVID, we went, and that's the time that we were sitting up in the principal's office, and we like to just like, oh, you know, we're in the principal's office, you know, because we got in trouble or whatever, and like, oh, we're gonna write on your desk with Sharpie because you're not paying attention to us or whatever and stuff, and
or I'll pull my cigarettes out. Can I have a cigarette in here?
Yeah, and stuff, and I was sitting, okay, so you go into that principal's office, and then there's a little door that you can go into, and there's like a little, I don't know what you want to call it. It's almost like a closet type thing. It's not big enough to put it. And anyways, we were sitting there, and I said something, and all of a sudden, the door handle on that started to go jiggle, 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 and we really thought that door was going to come flying open. It didn't, but we're like, and we've been locked in there a couple times in the principal's office, so
yeah, because
it made her cousin cry. She cried. she wanted out.
And they blamed me of doing it, and I wasn't even close to the door.
Yeah, we thought, oh, Kim's got to be playing a prank on us. And I looked out there, and I didn't see anybody. And her cousin started crying. She's like, okay, I'm sorry. We were being naughty. We'll be good now and stuff. If you just let us out of here. And you hear a click, and then the door kind of creaks. And we're like, okay, we can get out. And then later that night, we went back in there, and she was dumb enough to come back up there with me. And we got locked in again. Like, she's like, I'm not going up there ever again with you after that. Something about that room. I don't know. We get a lot in there. And Mrs. Martin's room.
Miss Martin's room, we get quite a bit in there.
Mm-hmm.
We get a lot of smells in Miss Martin's room.
Yeah,
chocolate smell.
And the candles.
Candles.
Yeah, turn on in there. She has battery operated candles that you just twist the top. And they'll come on, and we'll sit them in there and ask questions, and sometimes we get answers. So,
They work pretty good at every place we've been. We've had the candles come on at least once or twice.
I got them to go off recently. We hadn't had them go off in a long time, and I finally got it to go off in Hank's room when I was up there doing a solo session. Turned it on twice. Oh, and then Susie's room, the last time we were there. It was in the windowsill.
Yeah, it was sitting in the windowsill and it came on.
Yeah.
I like those instead of taking a bunch of flashlights around. Can you turn this flashlight on? For my candles, I've got an orange light or a white light. So I usually tell them which one's which. And we'll use the white light for a yes and the orange one for a no. And we've gotten to act on those several times with the different colors.
Sorry about the hiccups. My hiccups are starting to through.
We're not on an investigation.
I know.
No hiccups.
I know. I usually get the hiccups on an investigation. But.
It's okay. It's okay. I totally understand.
We'll be heading to an investigation. She'll start getting the hiccups. I said, we're getting close.
Yeah, we're getting close.
I swear, it's like a nervous thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like...
I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know. It's just developed kind of recently in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, yeah, once we start getting close, you know when we're getting close. Because, yep, I will get the hiccups, so.
I'm the same way, except my hiccups, they just, like, randomly throughout the day.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I do get them. I get them throughout the day sometimes, too, especially at work. So, but other than that, it's usually when we're heading on an investigation, then I'll be like, hiccup, hiccup. And then you have to, when you're listening to the recorder, oh, that's Allison hiccuping. There's Allison. Like, I just can't help it.
It's okay.
I usually try to call it out. I'll be like, oh, that's me. That's me.
Yeah, but there's times we'll forget. We're so much into the investigation. We'll forget. We'll throw it out. You got to recognize everybody's voice. And
right.
Our team, there's no male. So if we're hearing a male, it's got to be something besides us. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we're an all-girl team, so.
Yep.
That kind of helps when you're going through some of the recordings. Because I noticed when we first started, instead of talking normal like we are here, we'd hear a lot of whispers, and it's like,
oh, yeah.
Okay, who's whispering? Whose voice do I recognize?
Yep.
We had a lot of learning to do.
Yeah. I mean, everybody. You kind of learn as you go and grow as you continue on with your
learning new things to do, how to do things, and
Yep.
That's why I like going with different people and see how they investigate. Maybe that will help some of our investigations, how they do it and how we do it combined or whatever.
Yeah.
It may not help us, but it might.
So, do you think it helps to have an all-female group and all group, or like, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't think it really matters. It's just kind of how ours ended up.
Yeah, that's just how ours ended. I think it depends on where you're going. If you're going to get a lot more action with a male in your group, or if you're going to have more action, because a lot of places the guys don't like females, or what? Like when we went to Missouri State Pen, we're all girls. You're going to a men's prison, you know.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And you might want a guy with you, just
in case. Yeah. Yeah.
But I've noticed when we take her girls, depending on where we're going, we get more action when her girls are with us than we do with the whole group.
Yeah. I just wish they'd go on more, but.
Yeah, we've had one at Farrar. She did great. Then she didn't want to go no more. We took the other one to Granger. She did great the whole night till it was time to go to sleep. And something happened to her when she was sleeping, and we were...
Oh, I think we might have lost...
We lost her. Recall.
Oh, you there?
I'm here.
That's so weird. It started beeping, and then it was like you were frozen, and then there was two of you on our screen.
Okay,
no, my lights just flickered when you were saying that, and I was like... There's like a siren outside. Like, what is going on right now?
Oh, are you guys having is it like, do you have like a certain siren that goes off in your town at a certain time of night?
No, I don't.
Do you have a tornado warning going off? Do you have any?
Oh, I hear thunder.
Well,
that explains it.
That could be. It was just weird. I heard two little beeps.
Cellular data.
Oh my goodness, that was so bizarre.
I thought it was like a lawnmower or something outside, and then my lights flickered. I was like, okay, I don't think it's a lawnmower.
Oh my goodness.
Like, I don't think that's lawn work.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, that was just really weird, because, I thought we lost you.
And then it started ringing in, like
you were calling us back.
Oh, man. Like, ooh.
I know.
Spooky. First the walkie-talkies, now the computers.
Yeah.
That's our computer.
Yeah, this computer has a mind of its own. It does a lot of weird things during our shows, too, so...
Maybe we should quit taking it on investigation.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's a haunted computer.
Like I said, that's some Goosebumps stuff. Like,
I know, right?
Oh, man. So, before we start wrapping things up,
sure.
Would you like to spread the word of where people can find you and all that, you know? All those special little things.
Yeah. Oh, Kim's looking at me. I looked at Kim. She's like, all right, so you can find us on... You can find us on Facebook. We have REP Paranormal Busters, which is kind of like where we put our investigations. We'll put our live feeds on there. Then we also have REP Paranormal and Friends, where we post our banners for our show that's on Thursday nights on the same network as...
And our live feeds when we take friends with us.
Yes, when friends go with us.
So it's the REP Friends page. So.
Yep. And so those will be on there as well. We do have Twitter. And I have to look it up. Let me look here.
You run all that. I just run the
Yeah,
Facebook.
it's Alison at RE Paranormal. And then there's also Alison, let's see, RE Paranormal 24 on Instagram. So you can find us there. And also, I mean, if you want to, you can follow Kim too. She posts on there. Our live feeds. They're usually on there first, and then she transfers them over to our thing. So if you want to watch us live,
it's easier to just go through my page and then transfer them than it is.
Mm-hmm.
So we do a lot of live feeds.
Yeah.
As much as we can.
Right.
Try to get our group to interact. A lot of times, if we don't answer you on our live feeds, whatever anybody's answer, that means we've set the camera down and let you join into the investigation. We'll wander off and do our investigation with you guys at live feed. Sometimes we'll answer, but we're not going to have it with us at all times. So
if you guys see anything during our live feeds, please feel free to leave a comment on there or whatever.
Yeah, if you hear something, we'll go back through and see if we caught it. And
yeah, for sure. But that's pretty much where you can find us. So, and all of our shenanigans and see where our mannequin will be next.
You never know.
You never know.
Well, thank you for coming on today. It was honestly such a joy to have you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for having us on. Yeah, it's been a while since we've talked to you. We had you on our show. I don't know, a long time ago with Ma.
And I investigated with her at Farrar for a while with her and Reese.
Yeah.
We went up to the principal's office.
That was a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Is it storming out there?
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it or not.
I can't. No, I can't hear it.
Okay, that's good. That's great. Okay. So for now, all my listeners out there, I really like to say thank you for being with me tonight. I don't know when my next show will be, so just make sure to keep an eye on my socials. I'll probably post it somewhere. Who knows? But make sure if you're not following me, give me a follow at Madison Paranormal Investigation on Facebook, and Maddie, MADI _paranormal _investigation on Instagram. So for tonight, peace, love, and happiness, and most of all, be spoopy, everyone.